Trish. Welcome back to my channel. I'm cooking again tonight with my husband.
Backed by popular demand.
One person gave you a good review.
Good enough.
It's better than a bad one. We're making stovetop lasagna. This is a great dish because it only requires one pan and you don't need an oven. It comes together in about 40 minutes. I'm going to have TF brown our ground beef, which for us is Impossible Burger because we are plant-based in our diet. We're also going to need some cottage cheese, mozzarella. I've got a can of tomato sauce, some diced tomatoes, and then I'm going to season this myself. You can use a jar of pre-made spaghetti sauce if you want to, or you can make your own. And I think that my own tastes better than what I buy at the store. I'm going to add a little bit of thyme. Here's a bay leaf, some garlic powder, and a little bit of Splenda brown sugar. You can use regular if you prefer. I really love the way that the brown sugar cuts the acid in the tomato sauce, and it makes it so yummy. We also are going to add a little bit of salt, and we've got lasagna noodles. I've got the ones that don't need to be boiled. It doesn't matter. You can use the ones that need to be boiled if you want to, and you don't have to boil them. Either one works just fine in this recipe. So to get started, I'm going to have TF brown this along with our half of onion. The beauty of this dish is that it really only does require one skillet. I start by browning my meat or Impossible Burger along with the onion in the pan. Once that's fully cooked, I'm going to add my tomato sauce and a can of diced tomatoes. Next, I'm going to season it with garlic powder, salt, and a little brown sugar. This next part is optional, but I really love the taste of thyme. I think it adds something extra to my Italian dishes, so I always include that. I also toss in a couple of bay leaves. You don't need a lot of liquid if you're using oven-ready noodles. I used about half a can. Give everything a good stir and let it simmer for about 5 minutes. Next, break 4 noodles into pieces and tuck them into the sauce. Don't worry if they're not even. They don't have to be perfect. They're still going to taste delicious. And I want to add that there's no shame in using jarred sauce if that's what you have available. The effort you give is what conveys love, and your family will feel that when they come home to this. When I get my noodles all tucked in, I'm going to cover this with a lid. Now, while that simmers on top of the stove, we're going to give it about 30 minutes. If you've used the traditional type of noodles, you want to add about 3/4 of a can of water to make sure that those get nice and soft. I added about half a can of water for the ready-made noodles that don't require boiling. You can do either one. You just want to make sure that your noodles have enough liquid to get fully soft and tender. Next, we're going to make the topping. So we're going to take about half a cup of mozzarella, and we're going to take some cottage cheese. You can also use ricotta if you'd prefer. And I'm going to add some flaked Parmesan. Do it to taste. There are no measurements. And I'm going to add a little bit of parsley just because it makes it pretty. If you don't have any, don't worry about it. Then I'm going to hand it over to TF to stir. There you go, babe.
Okay. What are you going to be doing?
I'm drinking my Pinot Noir.
Good.
I went over to the shelter and walked dogs today in the pouring rain.
Yes, you did.
Apparently we have a little diva. Her name is Willow, and she likes to wear a rain jacket when she goes outside. I can't blame her. It's not fun to get cold, wet water on you, especially when you're low to the ground like she is.
Accomplished.
Okay. Now that our noodles are cooked down and tender and the sauce has had time to blend and the flavors are all melded together, we're going to take the cheese and put spoonfuls of it on top. It isn't necessary to mix it in. It can sit in lumps like this, like we're making dumplings. After this, we're going to sprinkle the mozzarella on top, followed by the shaved Parmesan and some parsley. After that, we're going to put the lid on and we're going to let it cook just long enough for the cheese to melt. Here we go, and as usual, I think it's gorgeous. This is beautiful. Let's go ahead and cut into it, and I'm gonna have you taste it on camera, and I know it's gonna be like molten lava, so we'll just give this a second to
Well, yeah.
cool off.
This is amazing. It's really hot.
Blow on it.
Delicious and fun.
Good.
Never had lasagna from a frying pan before.
As always, I hope you try this at home and I hope you love it. Bon appetit.